Today we're going to look at fitting a tubeless tyre to this bike. It's 27.5 inch rim, and the important thing is it's an untubeless rim, so it's not tubeless ready. So what do you need? Well, first thing we're going to want is a tubeless tyre. This is a Vittoria graphene. It's not that expensive, 2.35. You could use a non-tubeless tyre, but these have reinforced beads on them so they don't stretch, and I think it's probably a better idea. Pretty much everything's tubeless ready now. We're going to need a one-shot tubeless inflator because you won't get the tyre to seat on a non-tubeless rim easily without this. Some tubeless sealant. This will stop any leaks around the bead, etc. in the rim. Very good if you've got a non-tubeless rim as well. And also if you get punctures, like this person has ridden through a field of screws, it should seal the leaks. I've got a bit of soap which will help seal the bead. Some rim tape. This is actually proper tubeless rim tape. You can get away with electrician's tape, and this has to match the rim size. And a bit of solvent to clean the rim. And finally, a tubeless valve. Again, people use normal valves that they've recovered from old inner tubes, but this you can remove the core, and that's very good for the one shot, as we'll see in a minute. And we need to remove the old rim tape. We're starting sealing from just past the valve hole, and the idea of the sealing is to make all of the smoke holes airtight, so we want to get all the bubbles out and get it nice flat on the rim. And we're going to do 2 turns because that helps bulk the rim out a little bit, which is good for these non-tubeless rims. It will give us a little bit of extra or a little bit less play on with the tyre, so it should seal better. Need to get a nice tight fit. That's reasonably well taped, not fantastic, but it'll do. Find the valve hole and make a small hole. Doesn't want to be too big or you'll get leaks around the valve. Push the valve through there, so it should be a nice tight fit. These have a direction of rotation. It's a fairly tight fit on the rim, which is good. Now, take the core out of this valve stem without losing it, and we'll put about 80 to 100 millilitres of sealant in here. So I've pumped the one shot up to about 10 bar. And I've attached it to the wheel without having put the valve stem back in, so there's no valve stem. That allows enough air to pass in quickly to pop the tyre onto the rim. So loosen that, and there's a bit of a click. Staying hard, that's a good sign. Now, what we need to do is remove the booster without the tyre popping back off the rim, and then we can put the valve stem in and pump it up. Okay, hopefully that stayed on the rim. We'll see. Put the valve stem back in. Very carefully put the pump back on. And we'll see if we can get some plating. So there's a bit of a leak at the start. And now we've got about 2 bar in there. So there you have it. So all you want to do is go and have a ride now and get that fluid that we put in there moving around inside. You can see there's a little bit, a few places where you can see a bit of fluid has come out, which means it's had to seal in those places. That'll take a few minutes to dry, and then the tyre should be fully sealed and it should stay up nice and hard. Give it a good spin to get the glue mixed around, and there you've got a tubeless on non-tubeless rim, and there's a good seal. That should stay up pretty well now.